want to talk about first thing I hate about my G35 is the bad reputation this car gets. Honestly, like, I've heard more complaints about the G35 and whatever, and people seem to love the 350Z, and yet it's the same car and it's half the cost. So, I don't know what to explain about it. I love this thing more than the 350Z. The back seats go down. You know, it's comfortable. Like, I've been in Z's, and, like, you know, the glove box is in the trunk, or, like, in where the back seat is in the Z, and just weird things about that car. And this car is just normal. I put in 60,000 kilometers on this car, like, and I've just been loving it ever since. So, that'd be the first thing, and the thing I hate the most about my G35 is just the bad reputation it gets, because it looks good, it sounds pretty good, and, you know, it got an overall bad rep. It's a cool car. Alright guys, new day, and time for the second thing I hate most about my G35. And it would have to be this pile of a radio. Yeah, this thing, as you see, I beat the hell out of it because it keeps shorting out. So, probably in 2004, it's probably a pretty good radio. But now, it being, 16 years later, she's a little out of date, and the dash kits are still pretty expensive when it comes to Canadian money. It's about $200 just for the plastic piece for the dash, which is pretty crazy. Then you gotta buy, your head unit and everything to wire it too. So it's a lot of fun. Something I'm probably gonna get into this year on the channel. So if you guys want to see that, hit that subscribe button. Anyways, third thing I hate about my G35 are these seats. Now, they're kind of okay on a road trip, but not even. They're not the most comfortable things in the world. And also, like, they don't, like, support you. Like, you go into a corner and you're kind of sliding all over the place, and they're big and they're heavy. And, for a sports option, like, which this car is, it's a stick with Brembos, it just should have some sportier seats in it, to my opinion. And the seat belts get caught in the door, and all your change goes under the seat. It's just a nightmare, to be honest with you, these seats in this car. So, definitely something else I want to look into is changing these seats. Even though I like that they're heated and they're all power, like, that's nice. But, I don't know. It needs some sportier seats in this car. Alright. And another thing I hate most about this car, too, is probably the engine. Honestly, like, it sounds pretty good in my opinion and everything, but it's really hard to make power out of these motors, like, good power from these motors without, like, fully building the motor. Like, it costs more than you'll ever want to put into this car. Like, you could put like an LS swap for the same price as making 400 horsepower with a turbo kit on this motor. So you're better off just swapping it, but it's got a good transmission. The rest of the car is built stout, but it's just that motor. It's just probably like, it's just not enough horsepower. Like, it's like, you can have fun, but it's just on the, it's okay. It's not fast. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It's just okay. Thing, and last but not least, I mean, I don't need to tear this car apart, and I don't know if it's just me, my driving, or just the car in general. Maybe you guys can tell me if you guys have these problems too, but I seem to be going through a lot of front end suspension components. I mean, like, I've replaced the tie rods twice now in 3 years. I've done wheel bearings once already. Should probably do it again because I can hear something. I've replaced upper control arms twice already. I don't know. It seems to go through a lot of front end suspension components. Granted, these are cheap parts and they're not that expensive for this car. And I'm not trying to beat this car up at all because, like, it's been stout. But it's like, I don't know. I just seem to be going through a lot of front end suspension components with this car. The rear end's been fine, knock on wood, but it's just the front. I've had this car for 3 years now, and I absolutely love it. I mean, I drive it every day, and I have no complaints with this car at all. I don't want to cut this car up at all. It's a really good car, and definitely recommend it for the price value. Like, people underestimate these cars and what you can actually do. I mean, it's a Z platform, so there's angle kits, hydros. Like, if you want to drift this car, you can make this car like Hot Boy stance car. Like, it's a good platform and a good starter platform for a lot of people, I feel like. And definitely a car you should look into if you're looking at buying just a rear wheel drive cheap car. And they come in sedans as well. Anyways, we're going to go have some fun because it just snowed. So definitely stay tuned and don't skip through this whole video. And, yeah. And without further ado, let's go have some fun. we broke it, as usual. New day. Another broken part on the car. Gotta love that. But, you know, nothing we can't fix. Gotta send it somehow, right? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. And, see you guys later.